Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Can you hold on to this mic? What is your religion? In which language do you wish to make your testimony? In Wolof. Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? You swear by the Holy Quran. Okay, Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. And Mr. Witness, can you put your hand on the Holy Quran and then repeat after me? I Babou, Ndure, do swear that I will speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Okay, you may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness has been sworn, and now have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Ndure.
Good morning, sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Council, can you please proceed?
Good morning, Madam Commissioners. Good morning. Mr. Ndure, how are you?
I'm fine.
Please give us your name.
My name is Babou Ndure.
Can you please speak louder, please?
My name is Babou Ndure.
Babou Ndure.
Ndure.
Your address?
Farafenye.
And your occupation?
Market Master. Kerewan Area Council.
Since when have you been working for the Kerewan Area Council?
Since 1999. I volunteer 99.
Since 1999?
Yeah.
So how long have you been a market master?
2020, 2021.
2021?
Yes, sir.
You were given a promotion letter.
Market Master, yeah.
Do you have it with you?
No, I don't have it here.
How about your appointment? How were you appointed?
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, huh?
Are you done?
Yes.
Yes, so tell us how you were appointed.
I volunteered in 1999 up to 2007. They give me my appointment letter.
You were given your appointment letter in 2007.
2007, yeah.
But you were employed in 1999.
99. I volunteered in 99 up to 2007.
Please be clear. I don't understand what you said. You were you started work at the area council in 1999.
Yes, sir.
And then you were given an appointment in 2007.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
That time, may I pick Wolof for?
What?
May I pick Wolof?
You said you want to speak English language.
No. I said Wolof.
You said Wolof. Very well. Honorable Chairperson.
Can we have the interpreter interpret?
Very well.
Yes.
Mun la ka wolof. Mu ne kañ lañ la jël liggéey si area council boobu.
ñu ma jël liggéey mais dama ñëw ñu jël ma liggéey volontaire ma volunteer 1999 up to 2020 2007 si lañ ma appoint.
I've been there as a volunteer from 1999 till 2007. That was the time I was appointed.
What were you volunteering as?
Lena so da nga nekkoon foofu voluntary ban lan moo sa liggéey si jamono boobu.
The time market collector laa woon wala lumo collector nekkoon naa si market bi nekkoon naa si lumo bi.
I was a collector. I was at the market and
Market and lumo.
the market and Lumo. I was collecting at the market and the Lumo.
So who asked you to volunteer as a collector?
Then
As
I
a revenue
can
collector?
mola dugalon si volunteer bi wala kan mola like pour nga def liggéey bobu as a volunteer collector.
It was late.
Wow.
Time boobu kii moo fa nekkoon naka Alkali Jawara moo ñu jëloon as volunteer.
At that time, it was Alikari Jawara's time who took us as volunteers.
How many of you?
Nena yen ñaata la won?
Bari woon nañ nag.
We were many.
So for 7 years or more, you were collecting revenue on behalf of the area council and not being employed.
Nena kon li nga min moy dem na be juroom ñaari at yagge def liggéey bi moy collect di jël lempo te fekka jëluñ la liggéey da nga nekkon volunteer.
Volunteer waaw.
Yes, that's correct.
So you were not paid salary?
Nena kon jamono bobu duñ la won di fay ay weer du ngay xaliss.
Déedéet.
No.
Ana daily suñu wàccee dañu doon jox commission.
Daily, when we close daily, we are given a token as a commission.
What was the token that you were given as a commission?
Nena lolu ñaata la won?
$15.
$15.
Was that throughout the period that you were volunteering as a revenue collector?
Nena dafa melni jamono bi nga nekkon juroom ñaari at yoy non yeb yi nga nekkon volunteer mbir mi non la won.
Waaw dañ doon comme ça lumo bi xam nga lumo bi weekly la.
Yes, it's like that, but normally as for the Lumos, weekly. Lumos is weekly.
Weekly la weekly bu nekk suñu demoon ñëw dañu doon jox suñu allowance of $15.
So for the Lumos, every week when we go to the Lumos, we are given a token of $15.
So how much will you normally collect in at the Lumo when you go out to collect revenue at the Lumo?
Nena Lumo bi mom so demé jël lempo ñaata nga dé mëna jot ci loxo nit ñi ñaata la dé nekka?
Time boobu.
Wow.
Time boobu bari time boobu ticket was $3, $2, $3.
At that time, it wasn't much because the ticket was around $3 or $2.
So how much will you normally collect?
Dina kon ñaata nga dé mëna jot ci bës bi?
Daf dé dem ay 1000, 2000 comme luñ dé liggéey ci yoon yi ci sareet yi time boobu.
Yes, sometimes
They are in different place.
it's better 2,000 or 1,000 do as normally when we collect from the.
Why will you do that for 7 years?
Nena lu tax nga def lolu be yaagaay bi dem be juróomi ñaari at.
Ñàkk liggéey.
Lack of job.
But $15 is what can that do for you?
Nena waaye juróom fukka juróom lolu lan la faj ci yow.
Time mu ñàkk liggéey la rek moo soo amul si loo jàppa soo amee loolu mën nga si jàppa rek.
Yeah, this is due to the circumstances that because I have no job, so it's better for me to collect a little bit than not.
So you were given commission from 1999 to 2007.
The appointment.
Nena kon dañ la day jox commission depuis 1999 ba 2007.
And every day it will be, every day you go to collect revenue at the Lumo, you'll be paid $15 as commission.
Nena dafa melni waxtu bo dem ci lumo bi pour jël lempo fofu so paré dañ luñ la day jox moy fukka juróomi dërëm. Waxal boppa bi.
Please
Wow.
Yes. So tell him to not nod. Let him answer the questions. I can see you are now a technician. Yeah?
Thank you.
We will now also promote you to the role of a technician as well.
Thank you.
Very well. So, yes, I had asked a question regarding your position at the time, being trying to let's say volunteer to be paid commission for 7 years or more. Did at any point in time were your commissions increased?
Nena comme yow ci bisi li nga wone fi moy dafa melni sa liggéey bi yeb juroom ñaari at bi yeb dañ la won di jox ay commission bi nga waxon ne $15 la won légui lu moy laajte moy nda ci biir jamono bobu dafa mësa am jamono yi nga xamne xaalis bi buñ la xamne bobu lañ la day jox as commission def day yokku wala
waaw last time buñ né ba ci kam yokkor nañ ko.
Yes, last time it was increased.
Yes, tell us more.
Waaw dañu doon jox yokkor nañ ko def ko $30.
Yes, it was increased from $15 to $30.
And how much was the last commission you received, the amount?
nee na léegi fee bu mujjee bi nga xam ne yokka bu mujjee bi ñaata la woon.
boobu la woon $30 la woon ba 2027.
$30 till the year 2007.
So what will you do with this amount of money that you collect then at the time?
nee na xaalis bi nga xam ne bi nga dee jot si marché bi wala si luumo bi naka nga ko dee def wala fan nga ko dee dugal.
time boobu dañ amoon luumo supervisor.
At that time we used to have a luumo supervisor.
Go ahead, and then so you'll give the money to the
nee na xanaa
supervisor.
dafa mel ni loo bëgg a wax mooy xaalis bi si moom nga ko dee jox.
waaw sometimes dañoo ñëw su ñëwee daily luumo bi su ñëwee comme Sunday ñu war a dem luumo si sareet yi ku nekk ñu jox la yoon bu ngay dem suñu la ko joxee da ngay dem soo demee soo liggéeyee ba pàcca 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock so si ngay dem submit si supervisor bi. di total ticket yu nga jaay ñu compter ko nga submit ko si moom.
Yes, normally every day or any day we are going for the collection at the lumos. We have to gather together and they have to distribute us each where you have to go and make your collections. Then from the collection, you have to come back and hand over the monies to the supervisor and the ticket that you issued. Then it will be compared.
All right. So do you now have your appointment letter from 2007? Do you have it with you? The appointment letter?
Then letter bi nga xam ne bi nga bu ñu la jëlee liggéey bi 2007 letter bi ndax yaa ngi ko amee.
waaw maa ngi ko fi amee.
Yes, I do.
Can I please see it? We apply to tender an offer of appointment letter to one Babou Ndure, dated the 29th of March 2007, signed by the CEO at the time of Kerewan Area Council. It has no name to indicate who the CEO was. Copy to the chairperson, to chairman, director, and governor in evidence as an exhibit.
nee na léegi amoon lu ñoo def mooy léegi kayit bi nga xam ne mooy letter bi nga xam ne boobu lañ la jox as your appointment letter boobu léegi dañ koo dugal si commission bi mu nekk serende.
baax na.
A letter dated the 29th of March 2007 with reference number KAC/ADM/69/01 in brackets 31, addressed to Keba Diba, Buba Ndure, Buba Sane, Sekou Ndure, Mrs. Kadi Drame, and Kala Sar. The said letter is captioned Offer of Appointment and is signed by the Chief Executive Officer, Kerewan Area Council, copied to the Chairman, Director, Governor, Chairman Establishment Subcommittee, Director of Planning and Development. The said letter is admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MKAC/BN/001.
As the Commission places. You gave a statement to the investigators at the, of the Commission. Do you recall that?
nee na da nga joxe woon statement si investigator si ñoo xam ne ñooñu ñoo ñëwoon pour def seen liggéey mun a gis-gis mun a xam lan ay dox si seen place bi.
waaw.
Yes.
If I show you the statement, will you be able to recognize it?
dina léegi nga ne waaw léegi su ñu wonee kaddu boobu mooy statement bi ndaa mun ngaa ràññee.
waaw.
Yes.
Please have a look at the statement.
dina léegi seet ko ba xam ndaa boobu la wala déet.
waaw bii la.
This is the very one. Yes, this is the very statement.
We apply to tender the statement of witness, the witness statement of the Babou Ndure. Is it Babou?
Babou, yeah.
also demand that you make payments to them as well?
Nena legole ko bin ko waxe pour nga jël xaliss bi dugal ko ci yeneen dépenses nena mba amna tamit jamono yi nga xamne ñoom seen boppa dañ la dé digal pour nga jox leen xaliss bi ñoom seen boppa
dédé duñ ma lay jox xaliss bi kayit lañ ma lay jox ne ma fayal li fayal bi wala def
non déglul mu ne nda daf dé am yoon jamono bi nga xamne ñoom seen boppa dañ la dé wax pour nga jox leen xaliss
dédé
no
So you have never given any of them money?
Nena yow sa boppa musulo jox ñooñu ñoom ñaari musulo jox kenn xaliss no.
Now, do you bank these monies all the time? Like most times, like which bank do you use when you are to deposit these monies?
Nena
which bank do you bank with?
Bank? Excuse me?
Which bank do you deposit these monies to?
Nena comme yow sama fa wax nga ne xaliss bi dang ko yobu ci bank bi nena ban bank nga yobu xaliss bi fa nga ban bank la?
Eco Bank,
GT Bank
and Trust Bank. You don't deposit.
That's normally where I used to do my deposits.
Is it not the case that the revenue collectors should deposit these monies by themselves at the end of the day, or is it the direction or the rule that it has to be given to you?
Nena da revenue collectors yi nga xamne ñooñu ñoo do dem di jël lepp yi wala da moy ci loxo nit ñi da ñooñu dafa war pour ñoo wara dem deposit xaliss bi ci banque bi wala yow sa bopa as market master ya wara yobu xaliss bi ci banque bi
man suma ko mako do yobu du ñoom.
Yes, I personally am to deposit the monies, not the collectors.
Why will they not go by themselves and deposit these monies to the account?
Nena lu tax ñoom seen bopa duñ dé yobale xaliss bi dem deposit ko ci account bi.
Waaw ñun loolu lañ fa fekk ma ñoo leen di jox ticket ñu dem issue suñu ñëwé submit suñu submit ñu supervisor ñu dem deposit xaliss bi yépp ci banque bi. Ñu supervisor ñu dem deposit xaliss bi yépp ci banque bi.
Yes, that is the norm. The way we practice it was done. That all these collectors, whenever the monies are given to us, the supervisors they go and deposit the said monies at the bank.
Now, you said that you were not giving monies to any of the CEOs or the finance directors. How many CEOs or finance directors have you worked with since your appointment as market manager?
Nena wax nga fi ne dañ la laajte nda mus nga jox ñaari xaalis nga ne loolu musta am mooy CEO ak financial manager léegi laajte bi mooy nena ñaata CEO nga liggéeyal ak wala ñaata finance manager nga liggéeyal depuis bi nga dooree sa liggéey 2007
ñaari CEO
2 CEO
and one finance director
manager.
Please tell us the names, give us the names.
Nena léegi nga lim ñu seen tur.
CEO Sidi Touré.
CEO Sidi Touré.
And CEO Samba Lee.
And CEO Samba Nyang.
Lee. And the finance director?
Finance director mooy kan?
Ablay Khan.
Ablay Khan.
Yes.
Now, you will find this in your statement that you have been making payments to the to CDK today at the time, the CEO.
Nena so said.
Do you recall this?
Si biir sa carte bi mooy sa statement bi nena da nga ñëw gis sa carte bi nga xam ne yow sa bopp wax nga ne dafa amoon jamono yi nga xam ne xaalis bi da nga ko di jox ñëw waa Sidi Touré CEO nena sa carte la ndax mun ngaa fàttaliku loolu.
No, waxuma loolu foofu.
No, I did not say that.
In your statement.
Nena si sa statement bi waxloo ko loolu waaye mos la wax loolu.
Déedéet.
No.
Can the witness be given his statement, please?
Nena léegi lu laa jox statement bi.
Were you not depositing monies to the account of the CDK today?
Nena mos la am jamono bi nga xam ne da nga doon yóbbu xaalis bi di ko deposit si account Sidi Touré si boppam.
Waaw loolu
since 2018.
Yes, that had happened. Yes, that had happened.
Now, why were you depositing monies to his account?
Nena la taxoon pour nga yóbbu xaalis bi di ko deposit si account am.
You can hand over can you please get back the statement? Why were you giving or depositing money to the account of the CEO?
Taxoon ngay dem di deposit xaalis si account Sidi Touré CEO.
waaw soo gisee man la ne ñu ma ko doon jox xaalis.
The reason why I first said that I did not give him monies, or I did not give them monies.
waaw joxuma leen xaalis directly.
I did not ever give them monies directly.
Sidi daf day ñëw jox ma xaalis ne ma deposit ma lii suma account bi.
Sidi used to come to me, hand over monies to me, and instruct me to deposit that monies in his own account.
waaw si jógee Kerewan ñëw Farafenni man la day yónni ma dem deposit ko xaalis si account am.
When he came to depart from his residence, he came to me, find me at Farafenni, give me monies or hand over monies to me, and instruct me to deposit it at the
waaye nekku ne dama jox xaalis bi Sidi.
No, but it does not mean that I personally gave monies to Sidi.
noonu la demee.
That's how it happens.
All of you, those who will be depositing monies to the account of your CEO, your story is the same.
Nena yen yep ñi nga xamne yena on di def liggéey bobu moy jël xaalis wala CEO jox la xaalis nga dem def ko ci account am bi nena yen sen natal bi yep ben la.
non man suma bos laa xam.
I only know that of mine.
Of course, but I'm not telling you your story is the same with Magic's story as well.
Nena deug la yow sa bop nga xam way mom mi nga xamne mo fi nekka nit ñi di jaar di dem kep kum li nga wax mom yegg na ko mu ne yow li ngay wax exactly Magi tamit li la waxon fi mu la ko yegal.
Okay.
Very well.
And then Magic also realized that what he was saying doesn't make sense.
Nena te mom su bopam tamit dem na ba yegg ne lu mu nekkon di def ne lolu nekkuton lo xamne lu am fayda.
waaw man de foofu lu ma fa mën a leeral rek mooy comme ni ma ko waxee Sidi du benn du ñaar account am rek ma day yónni su ma yónnee ma dem déposité ko su ma paree dama day yónni withdrawal sax ma day yónni jox ma chèque na ma bi ma withdrawal ma lii suma account ma dem withdrawal ko si account am.
Just to make it clear that really, yes, Sidi oftenly used to send me to the bank for deposits or for withdrawals.
So he will send you an account number that you have to deposit the money and now drive and meet you and give you money to deposit.
Nena legi daf la account number mi nga xamne mom dafa dawal moto bi ñew ci yow jox la xaliss bi nga dem deposit ko ci bank.
Mo mo de jox xaliss bi parce que xam fan la de jëlé xaliss mo de jox xaliss bi ñama am yobuma li suma account.
Although yes, I don't have idea where he used to get that monies from, but he used to give me monies all the time and say take this and deposit this monies at my account at the bank.
So you said, which market again do you supervise or manage?
Ban market, ban marché nga nekkoon di manage?
Farafenni market.
Farafenni market.
And City will be where normally? His office?
Fan la day bàyyi ko wala moom office bi fan la woon? Kerewan.
So you will now have to come and meet you in Farafenni.
Nee na moom dafa jógee Kerewan ñëw fekk la Farafenni.
No, daf day ñëw Farafenni every week.
Yes, he used to come to Farafenni.
Every time daf day ñëw Farafenni. Every time
Every time he used to come to Farafenni.
So he will drive to Farafenni, meet you, give you money for you to deposit, and then drive back to SAO and meet Magic for him also to deposit.
Then kon dafa melni mom def day tal moto bi ñew be ci yow Farafenni jox la xaliss pour nga deposit ko su fa joge tamit mu demaat continuer dem SAO moy bara dal di jox Magi tam xaliss pour mu deposit ko.
Xawma bu bara bi de waye Farafenni mom Sidi dafa day ñëw lu bari Monday or Wednesday daf day ñëw daf si jógee weekend yi sometime am na maa ngi fàttale ko si jógee weekend daf ma day jox xaalis time boobu.
Well, for Madi, I have no idea, but for me, as I said earlier on, he used to come to Farafenni oftenly, and whenever he come, he used to give me monies and instruct me.
I am the one who is telling you that your story is the same with the previous witness, Magic. You all know each other. This is the same story that City will tell you to say in this commission.
Nee na société yeen sen natal bi yeb ben la mom mu la ko yegal parce que fekkewlo waye li nga wax ni yeb Magi tam li la waxon te yak Magi da ngeen xamante nee na li la mbir bi yeb dafa nulo lom lam la yegal.
And that is why I am giving an opportunity to just come back to your senses.
Nee na li mota pour mu jox la waxtu pour nga mëna dugal sa bop nga mëna xalaat mu won la naka la won mbir mi démé won.
Because since 2018
na société joge ko 2018
all the way to 2022,
and about 2022,
he will meet you during weekends, Fridays and Thursdays.
Then mom dina ñew ci weekend bi Friday be Thursday be Sunday.
And sometimes Saturdays.
Dina lewale mu nekk Saturday.
The same with Magic as well, the same days.
Then société Magi tamit ay the same ay fan ya nga xamne yépp the same days la.
And then, so if he tells you to say that he is one giving you money, because you cannot, of course, you don't want to say you are the one giving him money. It doesn't make sense because he cannot be traveling from Farafenni all the way to Esau, give each of you money to deposit into his account, into the bank, when he can just do one transaction.
Nena soko sete nena prungane mo la dejo halis nena liwe dunya olu yo ya ko dejo halis parce que so sete pour mo mutal moto Kerewan di ñew Farafenni joge Farafenni ñewat Esau.
So be careful what you are saying.
Nena kon lu war moy lepp li ngay wax fi nga moytu nga bay sa xel.
Do you understand that?
Nena leer na.
waaw maa ngi si bàyyi xel bu baax.
Wow, I'm very careful.
Because ni ma ko waxee nii.
The way what I have told you now.
noonu la xapu ne.
That is how it had happened.
waaye nekkul ne man dama jël revenue collector bi comme xaalis yi era council deposit ko si xaalis si.
But it doesn't mean that I personally took the monies of the or the collection monies and deposited on his personal account.
su nekkoon ne loolu laa doon def loolu laay wax fii.
If at all, hadn't that was what I was doing, that is exactly what I'm going to explain or narrate herein.
waaye Sidi mosuma jël xaalis yi era council deposit ko si account am.
Why CD never gave me the monies from the area council to deposit it to his account.
Now, October 18, 2018, you had for the $40,000 that you deposited into his account.
Nena so said October 2018, nena dangar you won halis si account amelu dembe 40,000.
2019.
29.
Sorry, 2018 on the 19th.
2018 on the 19th
of October, 12,000.
October, 12,000.
6th September 2018, $13,000.
September, June 6th, 13,000.
In the year 2019 as well.
2019, 2019.
3rd May 2019, $24,000.
4,000.
24,000.
Then I May 24,000, 2019. 24,000 ka deposit.
16th May 2019.
Then 16 May 2019.
$48,500.
Then I borrow $48,500.
5th April 2019, $50,000 as well.
April 5th, 12,000 as well.
It went on.
Then I been
10th September, 4th November, 5th November.
Yep, no.
So all these amounts,
Then I had
you are the one doing transactions for him. Are you his agent?
Then I yaw ya ne kon di def transaction abi nena nda yaw agent am la wala
ndalanam la.
da yaw agent am la parce que ya def transaction.
Are you his agent?
No, duma agent boy naka suma boss la rek.
No, I am not his agent. He is just only my boss.
Why can't he do these transactions by himself?
Nena lota mom si bopam du def liggéey bi.
How ma luta defu ko.
I have no idea.
Were you depositing to the council's area account on these days?
Nena fan yoy nonu
Money you have collected?
xaalis bi nga am ne bi nga day jot si lempo yi wala si revenue collector bi nga day am nena ndar si bés yi lu mooy wax ni dang ko day dugal si banque bi si council's account.
waaw foofu leeru man la dugal naa ko fa because sometimes nañ dee fuel su ma ne jënd fuel tractor yi ma jënd fuel su nekkee des na xaalis dinaa xam da des na ma deposit ko xam.
I'm not very much sure of those days because certainly sometimes I'm instructed to buy foil, so I don't know whether it happens or it falls on that very day, so I cannot remember exactly.
Where is your cash book?
Mune ana sa cash book bi
suma ka mu ngi Farafenni.
at Farafenni.
When can you give us your cash book? When can we have it?
Kañ nga ñu mëna jox cash book bi wala ñun kañ nga foog ne mën nañ jot ka sa cash book bi.
mais ma indi ko Monday.
Can the witness produce the cash books from 2018 to date and let him do so by tomorrow?
Nee na lañu bëgg fi moy légui jox nañ leen digal bi moy sa cash book bi depuis 2018 up to 2023 nee na cash book yooyu lañ soxla te ëllëg rek lañ bëgg pour nga def loolu nga isi ñu ko fii.
2018.
From 2018 ba 2023.
2018 fekk am cash book bi 2020 up to 2021.
Although 2018 I was not issued with any cash book. I only got cash book since 2020 to 20.
So how were you recording your financial transactions, the monies you were collecting on behalf of the council?
Nena jamono bobu xaalis bi nga xam ne wala naamo bi nga xam ne bi nga dee jël nit ñi naka nga ko dee bindee wala fan nga ko dee bindee ko fi amuloo cash book jamono bobu.
am na time boo xam ne collector laa woon.
There was a time when I was a collector.
su ma nekkee collector du ma di war a amoon cash book.
When I'm a collector, I am not supposed to have a cash book.
No, you are supposed to have your cash book.
Nena waaw kay xam kay war nga am ka sa cash book kay.
No, am nga foofu noonu dama am personal boss.
As I said, I have a personal boss.
def naa ko fa Lamin Damfa and Babou Diouf and Lamin Damfa.
Babou Diouf and Lamin Damfa.
ñoom ñoo nekkoon suma boss before man may nekk a market master.
They were my boss before I became a market
So dama
master.
dee dem liggéey daily duty suma pare submit si ñoom.
Then I used to do my daily duties. From there, I submit.
You want to ask a question, sir? Do you have a question for the witness? How do you record your collections in 2018?
In 2018, li nga day jot naka nga ko dee bindee.
2018 ku fa nekk as market master moo ko doon collect moo dee jël daily record bi.
The market master was the one who was doing the daily recording.
So when did you become a market master?
Nena yow kañ nga nekkoon market master?
19 up to 20.
19
21 up to 2023.
From the 19 till 20.
19, 20, up to 23.
Yes?
I cannot hear you. When I start talking, he start talking, and I told him to give me a chance. Really. When did you become a market master?
19.
The market master.
2019.
2019.
Now, where is your cash book for 2019?
Yeah, I get.
I'm going to ask 2019.
Well, I'm not.
Yes, for that. Yes, I got.
And 2020?
2020, I do.
2021?
2021, I do.
Please speak.
Wow.
Yes.
2021?
2021.
Wow.
2022?
2022.
Wow.
All the way up to date. You have your cash book.
2023.
Yes, that's correct.
Were you at any point in time audited?
The number Muslim audit.
Wow. 2018, 2019, 2020.
2019, 2020.
No, I audit. I'm not in audit.
Yes, we were audited.
So please, you have been asked to bring these cash books. Since you said you don't have a cash book in 2018, that's your evidence.
Yeah.
And we will confirm that.
Okay.
You have to produce your cash book from 2019, 2018 to date.
Nena legi li mu jana bu moy comme yow sama wax nga ne 2018 amé lolu won cash book nena lu moy wax legi li mu bu ga fi moy joge ko 2018 be tay cash book yi nga xamne yeb yi nga yok ko yi nga yoré nga isi ko fi elek.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions for the witness before I proceed?
Yes, it is his statement
Nena lisa
that
card la de ne
he deposited a sum total of 492,400
nena da nga deposit halis bi nga xamne dem na be 490 $2,400
into CDK Toure's account.
bi nga xamne dugal nga ko ci account CDK Touré.
That is at Guarantee Trust Bank.
Nena te lolu fan la won moy Guarantee Trust Bank.
And he also deposited a further sum of 304,800
Nena tamit dugal nga halis bi nga xamne dem na be 304,800
into CDK Toure's Trust Bank account.
te bobu fi ko dugal moy Trust Bank te ci account CD Touré.
Now, as your boss,
Nena as comme li ko wax ne sa boss la lolu
you will be in a position to know what sort of business he is doing, that he will give you these kinds of amounts of money to deposit into his account. And tell us what businesses he does and what is his income.
Nena li sa wax la ya waxone ne CD Touré sa boss la nena kon lu war la pour nga xam mom ci bopam da amna ay business bi nga xamne bobu la day def mu lay jox ay xaliss bu melni bobu nga koy dugal ci account am bi nena lan moy business am bi.
How my business am.
I don't know his business.
I'm not day ñew rek yoni.
But all I know is that he used to come to me, give me money, instruct me to deposit the monies for him.
So, Mr. Ndure, you expect us to believe what you are saying, that you don't know anything about CDK Toure, where he is getting his money to deposit, to give to you to deposit?
Nena yow Mr. Toure yow léegi li nga foog nee na pour ñun ñu gom la si li ngay wax nii ne dégg la yow xamuloo kooku lu mooy def dafa jégi-jégi nii rek ñëw jox la xaalis yoon la pour nga déposit ko waaye yow sa boppa xamuloo foo xaalis bi day bàyyeeku.
ah déedéet man sama bopp xaw ma fu ma bàyyi ko dëgg na yàlla.
For me personally, really, I have no idea.
Mr. Ndure, the records reveal that you personally, you don't deposit the monies you collect from the tax, you collect from taxpayers. You collect the money, instead of paying it into the account, you pay it into Mr. CDK Toure's account.
Nena yow Mr. Ndure mu toog nii dana am na records yoo xam ne dañ leeral sa mbir de dañ la feeñal fii de ne yow lempo yi wala naamo yi nga xam ne da nga ko dee jot si nit ñi yow doo ko dee yóbbu banque teg ko si account municipality wala area council bi waaye yow li nga dee def mooy xaalis bi nga xam ne da nga ko dee jot si revenue collection da nga ko dee yóbbu jox ko si di Touré wala def ko si account nena loolu feeñ na si sa records yi de loo am tontu.
waaw ma boobu mën naa nekk waaye ma suma boppa suma kaas bu bi si ñëwee boobu mën na ko leeral.
sa kaas bi su ñëwee loolu mën na leeral. Yes, it may be possible, but I know whenever my cash books are here, that will clear the allegations.
Suma amee shortage of cash book.
If I have a shortage of cash book.
si laa xam ne dinaa xam ne man maa.
The records further show that, which he provided, not the records we have, shows that the Guarantee Trust Bank account of Mr. CDK Toure, he further deposits various sums of money totaling to 187,000. And these are periods in which he collects tax. So instead of depositing them into the accounts of the council, he instead deposits them into the account of CDK Toure.
Nena li nekut ne ñun suñu records yi de waaye yow sa records yi yow sa bopp sa records yi ñoo wone ni nga woon di doxalee mbir mi nena revenue yi nga xam ne yi nga dee collect dem na ba 187,000 yi nga xam ne yow sa boppa yaa ko dee yóbbu di ko dugal si banque bi nena sa record bi moo ko wone de nekkut ne ñun suñu record mooy sa kayit yi yow sa boppa.
waaw kayit bee ko yónnee waaye foog naa fii dama ne.
No, let him answer the questions. Is it correct?
nena
And then
loolu
he can explain.
noonu la wala lu war fi mooy nga tontu because léegi moom mu ngi laa wone ndaa am na wala amut.
waaw lii maa ko déposé si account.
Yes, I do deposit them.
Then you can explain.
Very well. Nena léegi mun ngaa expliquer li nga bëgg a expliquer jegeñal affaire bi.
waaw soo gisee ma bëgg explain foofu.
The reason why I just want to elaborate small.
waaw maa ko fa déposé.
Yes, it's true. I deposited the said amount therein.
waaye moo ma fa yónni pour ma déposé.
And I was sent by him
pour ma déposé ko.
to make these deposits for him.
soo seetee am na déposé boo xam ne sax mu ma ko yónni 2022 la fekk nekkul Kerewan area council mu ngi man sa konk.
There was a deposit that he instructed me to do so while he was not even at Kerewan, he was at Mansakonko.
dëgg la Sidi moom su nekkoon ne xamoon naa lii nii la doon demee du ma ko déposé.
Yes, it's true. Sidu, hadn't I knew things were going like this, I will not do so.
Mr. Ndure, you knew exactly what you were doing.
Nena yow yaa jëna xam si li nga nekkoon.
déedéet.
It is not correct what you have told the commission,
Nena li nga nekk di layoo fii nena du dëgg.
because you have provided evidence through your statement,
Nena parce que soo seetee si sa statement yow sa boppa da nga génnoon foofu ay evidence.
and the records we have revealed you selectively
Nena te soo seetee record si nga xam ne ñu xamee ne loolu lu ñu wone mooy yow sa boppa da nga taana
some amounts
xaalis boo xam ne
to be deposited in CD's account,
bi nga xam ne boobu da nga ko yóbbu teg ko si account si
and when you look at the council's account,
nena te soo seetee si council account mooy area council account
less than 0.5% is deposited into the
nena
account.
xaalis bi soo seetee téeméer bu nekk less than 0.5 nena loolu percent nena loolu moo nekk xaalis bi nga xam ne bi nga deposit si council account.
So there cannot be any other explanation apart from the fact that it is taxpayers' money he was collecting
Nena fi
and paying into CD's account.
lépp li nga xam ne mun nga ko wax fii pour mu leer wala nga mun a leeral nee na ñun lu ñu gis teelu leer teelu am mooy xaalis bi nga xam ne da nga ko dee dugal si CD account CD mooy xaalis bi nga xam ne xaalis nit ñi la ñi nga xam ne loolu mooy lempo yi nga dee jël si loxo nit ñi.
What does he have to say about
nee
that?
na loo am pour wax.
loolu loo gisee mën na mu nekk xaalis revenu si CD mu am feneen fu mu ko jël jox ma ko mën na am waaye man suma xaalis man ma jël ko ne déposit ko si CD account loolu mu amul.
Well, it may be possible. Maybe CD might take this revenues from elsewhere, but for me personally, the monies I collect from the revenue to put it into CD's account, no, that never happened.
Yes. A final question. In your statement, you stated that these monies you collect are subsequently give these monies to your boss, who is Babou Diouf, and later to Lamin Damfa for banking, which means you are telling us that when you collect these monies, you don't bank them. You bank them as and when you want to.
Nena lisa kadula de sisa statement bi li nga wone fofu moy yaw so liggé nga jot xaliss bi be paré li nga dé def moy da ko dé jo Babou Diouf la nena Babou Diouf tam mu dal di ko jo Lamin
non
nena Lamin si bopam moko dé yobbu si banque bi nena li kon lu mu wone moy yaw sa bopa xaliss bi nga xamné bi nga dé jël si revenue collector do ko dé yobbu si banque bi
fofu la bëgg leeral tuuti.
Yes, I just want to make some clearance there.
Babou Diouf dafa nekkoon temps boobu man maa ngi nekk collector temps boobu dama dee collect Babou Diouf moo nekk market master.
At that time, I was a revenue collector and Babou Diouf was the market master.
Now, just to conclude, do you know any business that CDK Touré does?
Nena legi bala ñu jéxal wax bi la laajte nda mus nga wala xam nga any business bi nga xam ne CDK Touré am moom ko moom wala def ko def?
Musuma gis business am.
No, I don't know any of his business.
So, I will be correct to say that when you said in your statement that he operates a tractor business, it is not true.
Nena kon société si sa cadre yow yaa wax si sa statement bi ne moom nga amee tractor business kon loolu du dëgga.
Non dama ne benn boy tractor mos na ko jox xaalis mu isil ma benn boy tractor jox na ko ñaari yoon xam nga ñetti yoon xaalis benn boy bu dee dawal tractor jox na ko ñaari yoon xaalis xam nga ñetti yoon mu indil ma xaalis ma déposit ko.
Moom boobu moo la isi xaalis.
Boy bi moo jox xaalis.
Yes, what I'm trying to make clear there is that I said to my statement that there was a time when one of the boys who's a tractor driver brought money to me and said it was given to him by city for him to give the money to me for deposit. Very well. Nena lu war mooy léegi comme sa kaddu la sa statement bi la nga woon ñu fan la.
moo baalal mu read ko ma confirm please.
mu ne nga seet mais can you just second to last paragraph.
Okay.
Second page.
Can you let me highlight for him? Let him read from here. From here.
I understand. Pour ñu read ko ma understand.
Can you read that paragraph?
Mu ne
Just
mun ngaa
that one
jàng
line.
paragraphe boobu.
It's one line.
mu ne benn line la rek.
No, dama ko ñaan pour ñu read ko ma dégg ko.
You cannot read?
No.
Well, you have said in your statement,
nee na li nga waxoon si sa
I
statement.
understand that CD was operating a tractor business where he was generating money.
nee na li nga
That is your
waxoon ne
statement.
yow sa boppa yëg nga ne Sidi si boppam am na business bu mooy def waa operate tractor foofu la day amee xaalis bi nee na sa
Is that
kaddu
statement false?
nee na ndaa kaddu boobu du dëgga.
Waaw dégg la.
That's true.
So when you said you did not know what CD was doing as business, you were not telling the commission the truth?
nee na kon soo toogee fii nga ne yow xamuloo si business any business si bi nga am ne mu am na ko nee na kon loolu du dëgga.
Non dama téyewoon ne tractor bi.
Thank you, Mr. Ndure. Can you proceed?
Right. Sadur.
Yes.
In 2019, January, were you a collector or market master?
nee na January 2019 booba dafa nekkoon da nga nekkoon collector wala market master.
Market master. So the audit report for 2018 and 2019, dated the 28th of April 2021 from the National Audit Office. It made some findings adversely with respect to you.
nee na soo seetee 2018-2019 audit report nee na am nañu ñu wane foofu findings bi nga xam ne def nañ ko te joxe nañu report si sa biir.
On page 17.
nee na mooy page 17.
It states that the following table relates to sampled market tickets amounting to $318,734 were issued to collectors but could not be traced in their individual cash book.
nee na soo ko seetee nee na si table bi seen marché bi nee na soo ko seetee xaalis bi nga xam ne wax na ko mooy 300 may have guided.
$318,734.
$318,734 nee na nekk na xaalis bi nga xam ne collecte ngeen ko de waaye amul place bi nga xam ne dina wone ne fan la xaalis bi dugga.
So for example, you have receipt book with serial numbers.
nee na te aw yaa amee woon receipt book ak serial yi nga xam ne am nañ serial numbers.
4737
4737 301
4737 001
4737 001
to 4738
to 4738
000
000
Babou Ndure.
Babou Ndure.
That will be 25th of January 2019.
mooy at bu mooy na du January 2019.
So all these collections
dina xaalis bi yëpp bi nga xam ne jot ngeen ko.
could not be traced in your cash book.
nee na kenn mënu koo gis wala kenn du ko mën a gis fan la si sa cash book bi. cash book bi wane woo ko de.
Were you familiar or are you familiar with this adverse findings against you?
nee na mbaa audit report bi da nga ko dee gis wala mos nga ko gis bi nga xam ne wax nañ dara si yow.
Musuma jox audit report.
No, I have never been issued with an audit report.
Were you not audited in 2019?
In 2019, the audit la.
Audit nañ ma.
Yes.
That was the finding.
Then a lot more findings be.
That these receipt books,
Then a receipt book yi nga xam ne yooyu la war number si.
monies that were collected,
Then a xaalis bi nga xam ne bi ngeen dal di jot si nit ñi si receipt book yooyu.
they could not be traced in the cash book.
Then a yooyu feeñut si cash book bi de.
Waaw loolu laay wax ni may ko musuma ko woon. Cash book yëpp am ko yëpp su ñëwee mën naa mu gis.
Yes, I have the cash book with me, but as I said earlier on, for this audit report, I have never.
No, it was already audited. Now I'm telling you, it was already audited. You have confirmed that you have been audited.
nee na léegi mu ngi laa wax audit si lan la ñu wax parce que yow sax fa nangu nga ne dañ la auditoon.
Until you bring the cash book, which will feature these receipt books.
nee na ba nga isee soo isee cash book nee na wax nga ne receipt book si mun nañ ko gis foofu.
But the auditors had already done a job, and they have found out that these collections with respect to these serial numbers receipt books were not really featured in your cash book.
waaye auditeurs yi ñoom def nañ seen liggéey ba pare de te gis nañ seet nañ cash book bi waaye ñoom gisuñu ko foofu lii moo tax ñu bind ko fii ne loolu feeñul si cash book bi.
Musuma cash book naa koy si suba inshallah.
But for my yes, I'll bring my cash book tomorrow.
Mu ngi si cash book bi.
It's in the cash book.
Okay, then we will give you the benefit of the doubt.
Can I have the serial numbers?
You said you cannot read. Now you can speak English, but you can't read it.
No, I can try.
Were you born in UK without going to school, which will be the only logical conclusion why you will be able to speak the language, but you would not be able to read. My friend, you can read. It's as simple as that.
No, believe me.
It's just convenient to speak in Wolof, perhaps, so you can dodge the chairperson's questions and the commissioner's questions. Yeah, go ahead. You said you want to me to give you the serial numbers?
No, I bring it tomorrow.
No, you said you want me to give you the serial number.
Yeah, okay.
Is that not the case?
Yeah.
Is that not the case, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sadly. 473.
Sorry. I believe the commission, I believe the council he has told the commission that he was audited for 2018 and 2019. You must have a copy in your office. The registrar will avail you the serial number when we are done with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Council, can you proceed, please?
Okay, very well. We'll
Yes,
now go
we
with
can
the
collect it
direction
from
of the chairperson. Just produce the cash book by tomorrow. Can you do that? Do you understand that?
I understand.
Do you have something to say?
Well, come tomorrow.
What's Mike do Madegala?
This year, my fiance, my Thursday.
Well, I just want to.
Let him ask the
my Thursday.
I'm making a prayer, and my prayer is that I'm begging because do ask the fact that I left them at Farafenye and I'm here in Combo. So I'm praying to this commission for them to give me an opportunity till Thursday so that I can be able to produce this.
Yes, you can bring all of them on Thursday.
So Alhamis nga dal di def sa katan ngay si buku yoy yep.
Thank you.
So which means just to conclude with you for the other issues, since you are going to bring your cash book, we'll now discuss the contents of the cash book. But then you had said in your statement, and your attention was drawn by the chairperson regarding the other businesses that syndicate to the house. You mentioned tractor business.
Nena yow de tok nga fi ñu dal la lacta feri sidi nga ne dedet koku amul ben business waye madame Chaban mu dal la helal ben business bi nga xamne yow sa bopa ya ko leral ci mbiri tracteur bi nga ne waaw dega legi da nga fatale ko nena si tracteur bi nga xamne yow ya ko waxon de bu business am la wala moko mo
Who is the driver of the tractor
nena
that you will normally receive money from?
Kat mo dawal tracteur bo bi nga xamne koku la joxon xaliss bi pour mu jox la ko
Tractor bi danaka ñaari yoon ñetti yoon la ko gis la ma jot xaalis gis xam nga boy bi sax
I don't even know.
I
don't even know the driver. All I know is that he have ever bring money to me 3 times.
My friend, if you've received money from someone even once, you have been instructed, or someone will call you to tell you that you should take this money and deposit it into the bank. You will know the person you are dealing with. You're not a kid.
I I'm not used to him.
You don't have to get used to the person.
I may know his name.
There's all the transactions about
tractor driver.
All I know is that he's a tractor driver and he have handed money to me.
How do you know he's a tractor driver?
I saw him driving a tractor.
So he drove a tractor and met you. Who does that?
Yes, he met me at the Johnson and gave me the money.
My boy.
That's the boy.
I don't know the boy.
I don't know
the boy. He drove the tractor to meet you and give you the money.
Very well. And I was told that the money was given by City.
But he must have called you. He must have called you to locate you.
It was City who called me and said to me, stand at the Johnson the boy is coming, but I don't know the boy.
My friend, 3 times. How will you know? How will you know that's the man, or how will he know that that's you?
Nena ñetti yoon moom naka la moo xamee ne kale ku taxaw moom la wala yow naka nga xamee ne kuy ñëw ak tracteur bi audio la.
That's what people will do. They will call and tell you that
Definitely.
this is the individual that asked me to call you.
Nena moom waaw daf dee happen kooku daf la mun na call daf dee happen nit di la wax ne waaw man maa la call waaye kale boo la yónni si moom ma yónni si yow so yow dama call la foo nekka noo mel loo sol.
Yes?
Yes.
Go ahead. Is that not the case?
waaw loolu moom kan loolu wax dama ne booy mu ngi ñëw si turntable bi xaar ko mu jox la xaalis mu jox la xaalis ma di ko.
That's only the information I got from City. That stand at the turntable, the boy is coming with a tractor.
If you stand at the junction, how will you know that that's the individual that is supposed to give you money?
Nena soo taxawee si Johnson naka nga xamee ne kale kuy ñëw kooku moo war a jox xaalis.
non booy su ma gisee personne la waaye turam laa mënta xam.
No, for the boy, if I see him personal, I'll recognize him, but I don't know his name.
No. Answer the question. How will you know that that is the man that is supposed to give me money?
Nena naka nga xamee ne ma nga taxaw fii di xaar ku ma war a jox xaalis te xaw ma ko soo kooku su feeñee naka nga xamee ne kale la kuy ñëw.
dégg nga ma ne xamee naa ko waaye mënu maa xam turam am na ñoo xam ne mën nga leen a xam.
You are not answering the question because what you are saying doesn't make sense.
Nena yow nekuloo di tontu lum lay laajte parce que yow sa
Because you
bopp
know
ay
if I-
nga nekk di wax du amut fayda.
Because you know that person doesn't exist.
Nena yow xam nga kooku musta am.
As simple as that.
Nena nit kooku musta am.
You collect revenue and deposit it into city's account and you are giving us a pretty excuse?
yaa day jël lempo xaalis lempo bi nga del di ko dugal si account si di te nga taxaw fi nga ne danga ñu yeewa jalikat yi kenn du mun a xam.
So it is for you to prove to us that monies were given to you by city.
nee na fii yow sa boppa mooy yow yaa ñu war a leeral fii ne Sidi moo la jox xaalis bi.
Because the job you do
because liggéey bi ngay def.
is to collect revenue on behalf of the council
because pour nga jël xaalis si turi council bi.
and deposit the money to the account. That's your job.
pour nga dugal ko jot xaalis bi dugal ko si account council bi nee na loolu mooy sa liggéey wala loolu moo war a nekk sa
And there had been advanced finance against you
nee na te gis nañ ay seet yi nga xam ne am na loo xam ne daal wax nañ ko.
regarding receipt books that you were issued.
nee na book yi nga xam ne yooyu nga doxal.
You used them.
book yooyu da nga ko dee doxal.
They were exhausted.
yooyu dem nañ bés fees.
And you don't deposit this money to the bank.
ba pare xaalis boobu musuloo ko deposit.
And they are not in your cash book.
te nekkoon xaalis boobu tamit nekkoon si sa cash book bi.
And now you are telling us some stories.
léegi yaa ngi ñëw fii di ñu wax fii ay story.
You know it's not true.
nee na yow sa bopp yëg nga ne loolu du dëgg.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
mbaa leer na yow la ñoo waxal mbaa leer na lu ñuy wax nii. dégg nga ko bu baax.
dégg naa lu ma wax.
yes I do hear you.
lu ma wax dégg naa waaye man.
what you are saying is true but for me.
lu ma ko leeral foofu rek mooy.
what to be clear is that.
audit report bi.
the audit report.
suma cash book bi si ñëwee dina leer mën naa am audit report bi audituñ suma that cash book.
I don't know whether it might be the audit report. They did not audit my that cash book. But I was very careful on my.
It is your responsibility to show. It is your responsibility to show and convince the commissioners that monies were indeed given to you. As we speak, you don't have any explanation as to whether money was given to you or not. On the contrary, what we have is you have been mismanaging funds. Because your cash book was not reflecting the collections that you were making at the market. So what were you doing with the money?
Halis bi loo ko di def.
non foofu wax nga foofu mënuma koo leeralagum because ma ko wax nii cash book bi de moo mën a save.
All I'm saying here, or whatever I have to say here, is only the cash book.
Because cash book bi xam naa ne mu ngi fa.
For me, I believe the cash book is there.
mboolem ticket yu ma jël sax xam naa lan fan lañ nekk so su.
Any ticket that I issue, I know where it is.
I have my own record.
Then on Thursday you're coming back.
I have my own record.
Unless the commissioners have questions for you, then we will have to wait a minute.
léegi lu war mooy alxamis yaa ngi ñëw fi ak bukki.
Unless the commissioners have questions for you.
nee na xanaa suñu amee question si yow wala lu ñu lay laajte pour nga.
On our side, we'll wait until you bring
nee na
your
waaye moom
cash.
fu mu ne nii moom daal pare na mu ngi toog di la xaar ba keroog alxamis.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, that we will hand over to the commissioners.
Yes, we will discharge him and you will be back on Thursday with the books, and we will look through the books and ask you more questions.
nee na fii
As the chairperson.
amuñ lu ñooy def lu dul pour ñu bàyyi la nga dem.
You are hereby dismissed.
Why?
Discharged, sorry.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
We will see you on Thursday.
nee na léegi amul lu ñuy def fii pour bàyyi la nga dem nekkut ne da nga jeexal ak ñun de waaye dañ la bàyyi pour nga dem nga mën a am kattan nga wala waxtu pour nga mën a jot bukki nga xam ne yooyu lañ la wax léegi alxamis la ñoo dajewaat fii.
Mr. Registrar, can you please call the next witness?
Welcome back, Mr. Witness. Good afternoon. Once again, we welcome you back to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. You may kindly take your seat while I remind you that you are still under oath for continuation of your testimony before this commission.
Thank you.
Before I hand you over to Madam Chair. Madam Chair, over to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sala.
Morning, ma.
You're welcome back.
Thank you.
Council, can we proceed, please?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Mr. Salah, how are you?
I'm fine.
I mean, you will probably be our loudest and most audible witness. That'll be very good. It is good to have you back.
Thank you.
You gave a statement to the commission. Is that the case?
Very well.
Yes, please remind us of your full name again.
My name is Bajibi Sala.
Bajibi Sala, what is your address?
I live in Paradise Layout.
Paradise?
Layout.
Layout.
Yeah.
And your occupation, just for the record?
I'm an accountant by profession, but presently the acting CEO of Basse Area Council.
Since when were you appointed the acting CEO of Basse Area Council?
I was appointed in July 2023.
Prior to your appointment at Basse Area Council, were you working anywhere else apart from Basse Area Council, like before your appointment?
Yes, I was appointed to Mansakonko Area Council in July 2019, but I didn't start until in September 2019 rather.
You started in August?
Yes, in 2019 in Mansakonko Area Council.
But when were you appointed?
I was appointed in July 12th.
Why did you start in August?
Because the handing over, when I first reported, when I was appointed, I reported then the then finance director was not ready with the handing over, so I came back to Combo before I finally took over the position.
Okay. Do you have your appointment letter with you?
No, I don't have it here.
When can we have it?
Well, I have a copy at my home.
When can you produce the copy, sir?
I can bring it tomorrow. Inshallah.
By tomorrow?
Yeah.
We'll be grateful.
Yeah.
And before Mansakonko Area Council, have you held any positions in any institutions or any workplace of any kind?
Yes, I have worked as a finance manager at the Gambia Red Cross Society after my graduation at the university. Then later I had an appointment with Oxfam International in Dhaka. That was 2015 to 2019.
Please give us your educational background, which you have already started.
Yeah, I started with AAT. I had AAT technician. Then later I started my ACCA. Then in 2007, I had a scholarship to go and study in Ghana, where I had a bachelor's degree with bachelor's degree in finance and audit, honors degree in finance and audit.
You have an honors degree in finance?
Yes, and audit. Major finance, minor audit.
That's impressive. Which year?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
And also partly ACCA qualified, because I'm left with 2 papers which I'm pursuing now. I stopped for some time, but later now I am continuing with it.
Oh, very impressive.
Yeah.
Now, as finance director, Mansakonko Area Council, what will you say, or how will you explain your job description?
Yes, when I took over as Director of Finance at the Mansakonko Area Council, that was my first engagement with government. It wasn't easy though, because even then there was no, the reason why the handing over took time, because there was no, I said it here, there was no records, because there was no computer, everything was done manual, so it wasn't easy. But as we go on, then we started, in fact, it was during my time that I engaged the then Director of Governance, Fat Jiba, she's around, and we said we cannot continue with manual accounting in councils. So that was the time she first had the idea of contracting one accounting firm, then later on we went to join the IFMIS.
That's good. So you have at least worked towards having, or trying to make sure that there is an improvement in relation to the managerial structure.
Exactly.
I mean, I think you have done a similar work in Basse as well.
Exactly.
That's right. Now, what now your function still as a finance director, how do you execute your functions? When you took over at Massacoco Area Council, what did you find on the ground, and how were you executing your core mandate? What would you say was your core mandate?
It is very difficult when you go as a freshman in the council, because then there was a system, and the system, some of the systems were not accurate, to be honest.
What are the systems that were not accurate?
Because the systems we found out, revenues will, even that time, revenue collectors will collect and pay themselves salaries. They will go and collect, and from what they collect, they pay.
This was prior to your coming in 2019?
Yes, even the last month I found out that collectors were collecting money and that they pay themselves.
Wow. Why was that the case?
Well, that was the system I found out. But when I came in, I said all monies, there are a series of memos I sent that all monies received must be banked.
Do you have copies of those memos, sir?
Unfortunately, I don't, because I was called on Saturday to attend the commission when I was on my way from Basse. So I was, yes, but I had series of internal memos sent to the chairman, sent to the CEO, and I even sent to collectors that all monies received must be banked.
I'm sure we'll have those memos.
Yes, they are available. I have them.
When you subsequently appear.
Exactly. Yes.
How soon can we have it?
With those ones, I had their file. I had the Director of Finance file at Mansakonko. I will get them from summer.
No, the question is how soon.
Well, I think maybe from here I can collect it. I don't know how soon am I going to be, but as soon as possible I can bring them.
Probably before the end of the week. Thursday will be very much ideal with the permission of the chairperson. Chair, can you help us with that?
Is Thursday okay with you?
Well, I don't know, because I have to travel to Soma, and it wouldn't be.
Yes, please kindly make an effort to provide them by Thursday.
I will try.
Yes, series of improvements you've done. You've noticed a lot of the, things that were happening that were not really in line with standard procedure. Is that not the case?
Yeah, exactly.
Who was the finance director that you took over from?
One Nuperi Jane.
One?
Nuperi Jane.
Nuperi Jane.
Jane. Yes.
He was there before you, and then you took over from him.
Exactly.
And there was no handover.
There was handing over.
There was handover.
Yes.
Do you have the handover?
Yes, I have a copy of it here.
Can we see the copy, please? Do you not have the, or did this an original copy?
Yes, that's the original copy.
We apply to tender the handing over note from Ibrahim Nupel Jane to the witness by Jibis Sala. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
It has no date, but then the signatures of the officer handing over and officer taking over, especially the one for the officer handing over, is 18th of July 2019 into evidence as an exhibit. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Sala, let's just get your statement. You give a statement as well to the investigators.
Yes, very well.
If I show you a copy, will you be able to recognize it?
Yes.
Please see this copy, go through it, and then briefly and advise us whether that is a statement you gave to the commission.
Yes. It's my own statement.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Mr. Bai G.B. Sala, dated the 1st of November 2023, into evidence as an exhibit. It has been signed by the witness and identified by the witness as being the statement that he gave. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Counsel, let me admit the first document you handed over to me. That is the handing over notes from Ibrahima Nopal Jane.
As a commission places.
Yes. The handing over note signed by officer handing over and officer taking over being by GB Sala. The said handing over is copied to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government Religious Affairs, Chairman, Local Government Service Commission, Chairman, Mansakonko Area Council, CEO, Mansakonko Area Council, Governor LRR, Chairman, Finance and Subcommittee, Admin Officer, and Internal Auditor. The said handing over note is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MKAC/BGS/001.
As the commission places.
The witness statement of by GB Sala, dated the 1st of November 2023, signed by the said by GB Sala, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/MKAC/BGS/002.
As the commission places. The date with respect to the handover is July. You said you resumed, you started work in August.
Yes, before the date, maybe that, I was supposed to start, I was appointed 1st of July, 2019.
Yes.
But it didn't, because when I went, he wrote because I came, when I reported on the 1st, then he was not ready, then I came back to Combo. Then he wrote the date of the handing over, but I started in August 12th, or 1 month after that. We couldn't change it because that's the date maybe he had written. Because even at that time, the director of finance was not even using a computer. I think he took it to somewhere else to print.
Now, just briefly, I think I have asked this question about 2 or 3 times. As a finance director in Mansakonko Area Council, what were your duties, your responsibilities?
In my terms of reference, as that of finance, I am to oversee the financial operations of the councils, including finance planning.
Go ahead.
And preparation of financial statements and bank reconciliations.
Do you have your appointment letter?
No, I don't have it here. I said I can bring it tomorrow. I think it should be in my house.
Have you been preparing financial statements?
Yes, we prepared I prepared financial statement for 2020, and the 2021 it was prepared with the system IFMIS.
Bank reconciliation?
No, bank reconciliation I have not prepared bank reconciliation.
Why is that the case?
Because the system that we're using, the IFMIS system, there is no provision for bank reconciliation. We had tried. We had tried with the Minister of, with the Accountant General as to how we can incorporate the bank reconciliation with the system, but it wasn't. But to be frank, I have never prepared bank reconciliation for Mansa Congo.
Financial plan?
Financial plan, no.
Why?
That I have not done.
Why, sir?
I have not done that.
Why was that the case?
Well,
I mean, you spoke beautifully about how you wanted to change the system and all that. That will be the least that we will expect. Is that not the case?
yeah, that's the case.
Yes. So, anyways, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Now, revenue. You are the principal revenue, do I say custodian of financial officer of the area council. How do you deal with revenue collection in the area council during your time?
Yes, during my time, we had a revenue collector designated for rates and tax,
Yes.
lancings, and demand notes. And the demand notes, most of them are commercial parastatals, and we have them in the combos. So normally, when I come on the weekend, when we send the demand notes, sometimes we send the demand notes by email, sometimes we send collectors to deposit. Then later on, I do the follow-ups for demand notes. But for the revenue that we have the revenue collectors for rates and tax, and also revenue collectors for lancings, and also you have the market daily and the market lumo respectively. So each of those collectors we have assigned.
How many revenue collectors do you have under you?
I have
at the time?
about, I think I have their names here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 revenue collectors who collect rates only.
Okay.
And also I have market collectors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 9 of them on market collectors. And these ones, they are responsible for market daily and weekly respectively. And also we have some collectors in the office, like those who collect lancings also.
How about your very self? Do you collect revenue at any point in time?
Pardon me?
Do you used to collect revenue?
Myself?
Yes.
That's what I said in the beginning. Is in my statements that I only collect revenues on demand notes that we send to do parastatals like Gamtel, Gamcel, Africell, QCell, and others.
You write to the...
We send them demand notes. When we send them demand notes, and when I'm coming, because every weekend I come in. So when I come in, I make follow-ups to collect those revenues, and when they pay, some they pay direct to the account, some they pay by check, and we issue them with receipts, and I deposit the checks into the account. Yes.
But you don't collect revenue apart from demand notes?
No, I never collect revenue apart from demand notes.
Now, the revenue, how do you know how much you have to collect in a year, the baseline? How do you work with this during your time? How do you make the assessments in relation to the revenue, the estimated revenue for a particular year?
Yes, the revenues, they had categories. Each of the categories, when we do our budgets from January to September, that's the time we go for bilaterals. And before the bilaterals, we will be able to note our actuals from January to September. Then based on that, we will know how much we have got on revenue, because even the lancings, you have the rates and tax. We have what they call Form B, that will tell you each district, the rates and tax for each district, and also the revenue for the revenue for the demand notes and the like.
Now, again, when you are working in relation to the estimated revenue to be collected, do you conduct any assessment in relation to that?
Yes, we do assessment. It is if based from the assessment, that is why we get the information.
How are these assessments done?
Normally, before September, we send in collectors to assess, to go around and assess rates and tax, and also license to assess shops, to know how much each shop is supposed to pay, and we give the demand notes and make the follow-ups.
Do you have the assessment for 2020?
Assessment for 2020?
Yes.
Yes, we will have. It must be in the office.
Do you have them?
Here with me? No, I don't have it here with me.
Can we have it by Thursday?
Well, these are documents that belongs to Mansakonko Area Council, and you know, since in July I've been away, so I think we will be able to provide them if I go to Mansakonko. Because you know, when we change offices, I don't carry those documents because they are purely for Mansakonko Area Council.
So in 2019, 2020, there will be documents to show the assessment that was done with respect to the revenue to be collected?
No, with the 2019, you know, I came end of 2019. So with 2019's accounts, I was not privy because I came almost at the end of 2019 when the budget and everything was done. Although I prepared the financial statement, submit to FPAC, and audit this thing, but the budget was not prepared by myself.
But for 2020?
Yes, for 2020,
will there be a report in relation to the assessment that was done?
Yes, there could be a report.
Will you be the one to sign off on those reports?
Yes.
And 2021 as well?
Yes.
All the way to 2023? Is that the case?
Yes. Because when they did the 2019 audit accounts, then I was just newly coming in. Then until in 2023, that's the time that they do the audit for 2020, 2021, and 2022 respectively. Meaning, when I came in, that was the 2019, 2018, and 2019 audits were audited together. Then I was just newly. But in my time, it was just when they did the auditing, then I was almost packing away. Then I was moving to Basse. That was why I was not even privy with those audits, most of the audit queries on those accounts.
Any questions before I move to the audit reports, Commissioners?
Thank you, Mr. Sala, for coming again.
Thank you.
Your position with the Mansakonko Area Council as Director of Finance, you must have, as you have alluded to, came and met a practice that wasn't too convenient for your role as a Director of Finance. What would you say is the most critical of those things that are not in line with financial practices that you have found in Mansakonko?
When I came in at Mansakonko Area Council, almost 90% of the staffs are all paid on cash, pay table. When I first came, my first month, I wrote a memo. I said all cash, all payments to the bank. No staff will be paid on cash. And until at sometimes, there were some challenges because even at some time, even my CEO will tell me, no, so they have the right not to open an account. But I said, no, all staff. That was one of the challenges. Most of them, 90% of the staff, receive their salary on pay table. So, and also monies, there was, they collect money, put in the savers. That I discouraged because I never used that key saver, that key of the saver. Because when I say all monies to the bank straight away, no money. Don't bring cash on the office. That was my motto.
Furthermore, what about rate collectors paying themselves?
You see, at that time, they used to have constraints. So they will collect, some staff, they will have areas of salaries. So they will collect, they will go collect until it reaches their salary. They pay themselves and write a voucher. And that's that. But when I came in, that was stopped immediately for the first month. Records are there from the first month, from 1st of September, from end of August. No payment of cash for everything was paid. Some of them, for the first month, few of them were paid on cash. Then the following month, September, nobody was paid, or very few people, except those pensioners, court members were paid on table. But 80 or 95, 85% of all staffs were paid to the bank.
We have evidences in here that said that rate collectors will bring in monies, and supposedly, rather than paying it into the bank, as you have alluded, they give it to their supervisors as quote-unquote banking with their supervisors. Is that new to you, or is that something that too was a nightmare for you?
Anyway, I think I have to, I'm on the oath, and what I said in this commission will be the truth. In my time as Director of Finance at Mansakonko Area Council, I have never encouraged receiving cash on my desk, never. It might be some instance where there are some cash, because councils, when you work for like international NGOs, where you have the money in abundance, and here you struggle to do even certain transactions. If I say that we were not paying sometimes on cash, I'll be lying. But 90% of the payments were paid by checks. That I can say. Or even the revenue received were all banked.
Thank you for your statement, but my question is that rate collectors collect rates from vendors or wherever, and those funds are given to supervisors, and the supervisors will then deposit that money with your office or to the bank. Is that a statement of fact?
To my office, I wouldn't say that is. I wouldn't say that. I never receive deposit cash from my office. That has never.
Don't you have a finance manager?
Yes, I have a finance manager.
Does he receive money from supervisors of rate collectors?
Well, if that happens, maybe
no. It should not be a maybe. It's a yes or a no.
I'm not aware.
You are not aware.
No.
And what is their TOR?
The TOR for
rate collectors paying monies to the finance manager.
I never instructed no collector to submit monies to the finance director, because I said it in the beginning of my testimony that I had series of memos, internal memos to collectors, finance managers that receive all monies. We don't bring us bank slips, and we retired. We give you receipts.
Now that must have your memo.
Yeah.
Must have come after an incident or something that you suspect. What was that you had suspected that forced you to do that memo?
That is what I'm saying. When I came first, of course, they were bringing in money at that time. That's what I'm saying. In the first instant I started, all monies, that was why they had a saver. They would bring the money, put it in the saver. And that is when I came in, I said all monies received must go to the bank. So if a collector brings monies to the finance manager, and the finance manager deposit, that I'm not aware. But the instruction was given that all monies be taken to the bank, and that was my take. That was what I said.
And for those monies, they were not given receipts. Do you know that?
Those monies that are not
that were given to those supervisors and the supervisors to your next in line.
Sir, maybe I think
not given.
Maybe you are reading the 2019 audit accounts.
I'm not. I'm just taking from.
Because if that is the case, in 2019 I would, but in my time any monies that is deposited to the bank is given a receipt, because it's the receipt that will qualify you. Because even at that time we will say that when they collect revenue, they goes to the bank and bring receipts to us. And there are some instances whereas they will make some payments from the authority of the CEO, because he's the vote controller. So when they come for retirement, when I draw receipts, I said this amount received and banked, this amount spent on the receipts. Because whatever amount is received and deposited at the bank is clearly stated, and also what is paid on cash, I write on the receipt to say, receive the sum of so amount being revenue collected as rates and tax or whatever, as per, and also received the bank deposit at the bank this amount and spend this amount. But that is also that is also on a very rare occasions, like when we buy fuel and other things.
Mr. Sala, the exhibit LGC/MKAC/BGS/001, which is the handing over notes, you could recall that the last page of the notes, it reads that the transactions, that is payment or income as of the 1st to the 11th of July, does not fall under my responsibility. What I want to know here is is it indicative of the fact that from the 1st to the 11th of July going forward, was it your responsibility to deal with the accounts of the council, even though you have told the commission that you took over in August when you were appointed in July?
Yes, I think the reason I wrote that statement, that is my personal thing, because when I came in to take over, there were a lot of these things. Even first time when I came in.
No, let me be clear, Mr. Sala. This handing over.
Yes.
Was it you that wrote it, or was it the person handing over to you? That is Mr. Jane.
It was Mr. Jane who wrote it, but the one that you are calling of now.
That is the last paragraph.
The last paragraph. That is my own thing, because I said it. That was my thing. That was my own thing.
But how would can you clarify why you should insert this statement into his handing over notes? Because I believe that the handing over notes is, he is the one that is handing over to you, and he's stating the status quo of the institution, that he is handing over to you. You understand? As of the date, he has written this handing over notes.
You know, my appointment starts in 1st of July.
Yes.
And that is the reason why I said from 1st of July to that 11th of July, there was some transaction that had happened. That is prior to my coming.
Okay.
You understand? And those ones, they were not captured in the handing over. Okay. So that is the reason why I said, as per that date, it falls under my responsibilities.
Okay. That is understood now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, you've talked about the audit report.
Yes.
That you cannot say much about the 2018 and 2019 audit report.
Yes.
You agree with me that the last quarter of 2019
yes.
was during your tenure
yes.
as finance director.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the issues and transactions for the last quarter of 2019 as reference in the audit report has something to do with you.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Anything that has to do with me, I will say it clearly.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but am I correct that the third quarter of 2019 is during your period as finance director?
Exactly.
Thank you. You can proceed.
Now, we were to go through the 2019 audit report, but first, Tell us about your staff. How many staff do you have? How many people working under you? And the relevant or necessary portfolios or offices that they hold.
I said previously I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 rates and tax collectors. I have market and the Lumo collectors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 market collectors and the Lumo.
That is for the revenue collectors.
Yes.
I'm asking for the staff in the financial unit.
In the finance office, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Please tell us their names at the time and what office they hold.
Sidi Sane, acting finance manager.
Yes.
Lamin Bande, senior revenue collector. Fatou Sabal, senior accounts clerk. And Amin Nyabale, accounts assistant.
So what is the role of the accounts clerk?
The accounts clerk, first the accounts clerk, she was a secretary when I was.
What is the role of an accounts clerk?
The role of an accounts clerk is to prepare payment vouchers and the like.
And how about the finance manager?
The finance manager is responsible of, if you go by the act, the finance manager is responsible for the bank reconciliation and the preparing of financial statements, even in the act. But it was unfortunate that he was not even a finance manager. He was acting finance manager. The qualification wasn't there. There was a total capacity gaps.
The financial manual states that the Director of Finance is the head of the financial department.
Yes,
and shall be responsible for the supervision of the accounting staff, production of annual financial statement.
Yes, but if you
don't even go there, my friend. I mean, it's your responsibility. Every responsibility under the finance staff is your primary responsibility. Is that not the case?
Very well.
Yeah. So let's proceed with their assignments, what they will do on a daily basis.
Well,
who prepares the salaries?
Who prepares
salaries?
Before we had this, before we have this accounting softwares, I prepare salaries because the finance manager and of late that the senior accountant Fat Sabal and others were able to input the system because then none of them were computer literacy. We built their capacities to a level where they were able to use computers. But during my time, everything was manual. Then Fat Sabal was a collector at the market. Then we brought her, trained her, sent her to IFMIS to do receipting and generation. And Ami also was added as a support staff if in the event, because then Fatu was going on classes, then Ami will step in. Then CD and Lamin Bande will be helping in collection because Soma is a key for our collection points. Then the finance manager and the senior accountant will collect revenues within the Soma and West.
In your time, was there an effective functional internal audit unit?
Yes, there was a functional account.
So it means all payments that were to be made were really channeled through the internal audit? No,
not 100%.
What do you mean not 100%?
Yes, some payments were done, some payments does not pass through an internal audit because one, there was a time that he was sent to study, and if payment comes in, he was in the combos, we cannot wait for the payments. But there are most of the times, because he has a lot of audits, he does the audit exercise and on a quarterly basis.
Mr. Salah, it was not a practice to have payments being run through the internal audit. It has already been established.
That
was not the practice.
That was. Maybe, yes. There was. Maybe it was not. I said it.
I mean, the records are there. They speak for themselves. If you are saying that was the case, then that's okay. We will go through the records.
Yes, I said not all payments pass through the.
Most payments don't pass through internal audit. Do you want to deny that fact? Answer the question.
Anyway, my statement is most It's true that not all payments pass.
No, you answer the question. I am now challenging your position. You are saying some don't. I'm saying most payments do not pass through the internal audit. Do you deny that fact? Then of course are there and they speak for themselves.
But that's exactly what I said. When I said most payments does not pass through the internal audit, it does not mean that all the payments pass through the internal audit.
You said some, I said most. There's a difference. Some would mean you had complied substantially with the requirements with the procedure. Most means you don't comply substantially. For the most part, you don't comply with the procedure. So who's correct? Is it most or is it some?
I said some payment does not pass through the internal audit.
So not most.
That's my statement.
Not most. Most.
Yes.
So it means most of the payments will pass through internal audit.
I think, Patrick, you're trying to. What I'm saying to this commission.
You can call me Mr. Gomez, sir. I call you Mr. Sala.
Okay.
It is much more respectful.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that not the case?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
But what I'm saying that most payments, not all the payments pass through the internal audit, and that was the reason why that was not happening, because the internal auditor was approved for a course to study in this for his ACCA.
When was this, sir?
Huh?
Who was the internal auditor at the time?
Baba Jajusi.
Let me finish the question. Who was the internal auditor at the time? And please give us the information as to when he went on study leave. Period.
It was Baba Jajusi.
Baba Jajusi?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
I cannot, it was in 2020 he started, then later on he has to extend. He wrote to us to extend for another this thing, and it was extended. But I cannot remember exactly in which month in 2020, but it was in 2020 or 2021 that he started this course, and later on extended another 6 months, because he was first given approval for 6 months to study. Then later he wrote again for an extension.
So Baba Jajusi testified, and the evidence is that most payments don't pass through internal audit, even when he was present.
That is his statement.
That is his statement.
Yes.
Right. Now, let's now examine or look at the audit report. In 2019, did you prepare a financial statement when you were to be audited?
Yes,
Council?
Yes, I prepared the financial statement, and it is sent. Although it was not qualified, I sent it to the FPAC committee, and later we were referred to do some adjustments, and which we did understand to the National Audit Office.
You said although it was not
qualified that time.
What do you mean when you say it was not qualified at the time?
Meaning the accounts was not credible, because there were some adjustment we needed to improve on.
There were things to improve on.
Yes.
The accounts were not credible.
Yes, exactly.
Please be more simple in your explanation. What do you mean when you say the accounts were not credible and there are things to improve on?
Yes, like the trial balance was not provided, the account, the audit will tell that prepare the balance sheet and the trial balance. Yes. Those ones were not provided. And
why was that the case?
Because at that time, in preparing the trial balance, and you have to know the fixed assets. And that time, the fixed asset, even that there was no fixed assets register. And that is the time and also that you have to know the cost. Those ones, to have a credible financial statements, you have to have all the assets, their costing, their depreciation, and others. And that was not available at the time.
Yeah. Mr. Sala, if you recall, the audit report for 2019 was actually finalized and sent to you on the 8th of October 2021, right?
Yes.
And this presupposes that the financial transactions for 2019, they were able to do a back and forth with your office to provide, for your office to provide details of the transactions they did over the period on the review.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, based on what he is asking you, I believe what the audit report has highlighted has given you an idea of what the transactions were and what you needed to have put in place after submitting the records to the audit office, right? All right. You can proceed.
Now, page 4 of the 20, the audit for Amasakoko Area Council for the period 1st January 2019 to 31st December 2019. The date 8 October 2021. I believe you've had access to this audit report. Is that not the case, sir?
Yes, 2019 hours.
Yes. The findings were, and I will read, that the notes presented for our review did not indicate the accounting policies it adopts for the preparation of the financial statement. Was that true, sir?
Very true.
Why was that the case, sir?
Because then I just came newly to the councils and I don't know what accounting procedures were they've been used.
Your accounting policies. You are the finance director. You are the principal accounting officer. So it is not for the area council to have an accounting policy. It's for you to adopt an accounting policy.
Yes, that time I was not, because later on we have to, when I was preparing that statements, I did not do the financial policies, because at that time I didn't know whether we are going accrual or whether we are going whatever. But later on, when we engage the auditors, then that's the time that I know, and we have rectified that. And the final statements, they're already at the, they have already.
Mr. Sala, that would not be a correct proposition. You came in qualified. You are an honor student. That is very clear. In fact, you proudly, which I am really happy with respect to the fact that we have somebody who is really experienced in this area. So it is not for you to find policies on the ground. It's for you to implement policies. You come up with policies and you implement them. When you took over Basse Area Council, some of these things were things that you highlighted.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Very well.
And you really addressed these issues in the fact that it should have been on the ground.
Very well.
You prepared a report. Yes. Your report, you call it the situational report of Basse Area Council, yes, which you have tendered before the commission. Yes. Sir, is that not the case, sir?
Very well.
Exactly.
And so, based on that situational report, I can proudly say that we've been supported because we share those situational reports.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
My point now is, you did not have the same, you were not doing what you were preaching at Basse Area Council when you took over. You did not provide, according to the audit report, any accounting policy that you adopted.
That is true.
And that it will be an error on your side.
That is true.
Good. And the other finding would be...
Sorry, let me have Mr. Sala clarify. You said you were not aware whether it was an accrual system that was being used or a cash system. Can you explain for us to understand, we that are not accounting people, so that we understand what was used as a basis?
In the councils, yes, most of when they say it's a cash system, and accrual, because at that time the accountants. Because sorry to interrupt you here. What did you find on the ground? Is it an accrual system or a cash system? A cash system. It's not a combination of both? No, because at that time I didn't even know that which system they were even using, because there was nothing, everything was done manually, man. Okay. You understand? Everything was done manually. All right, thank you. Yes. Thank you. You can proceed.
Thank you. The other part of the other limb of the finding on page 4 is that the financial statements related notes were not submitted during the audit exercise for the honor review. Yes, sir, I wouldn't expect this from you.
Notes to the accounts, some of the notes to the accounts, you will know that the transactions, there are transactions that I don't, I was not privy with those transactions, some of them. So, and preparing notes to a transaction that you don't, because to be honest, when you look, even though you look at the handing over, it will clearly tell you that even payment vouchers, some payment vouchers were signed by the Director of Finance and not by the CEO, meaning that, you know, there are some incomplete transactions.
But you were doing the same also when you came in. No. You were doing the same.
No.
Were you not? You were doing the same when you came in. You had the same procedure you adopted when you came in. So on paper, you had so many things that you highlighted that were not really normal that you want to improve on. But to be honest, you were doing the same thing.
No, you know, Mr. Gomez, I think you have to bear with me. You know, if you want to change systems, it's difficult.
You are employed to change systems, sir.
It was difficult.
But you are employed to change systems.
Yes.
You came in. There is no better person than you being an honest student who should be expected to change the system. Yeah. So if you are saying it's difficult, who can do it?
But it was difficult. That's what I'm saying. It was difficult at the beginning, but until later on, if you go until later on, it went well.
No. Mansakoko Area Council, what we find on the ground, show, and we'll deal with all of these things one after the other, all the way to the auctions and everything, to the way you are dealt with all these situations. You will find out that there were no professional or no procedures that were adopted, apart from departing substantially from the rules and regulations. Substantially. And you know what I am saying. And if you are saying that some of these transactions you did not prepare them, so you can't provide notes, how about the ones that you have prepared? I expect an answer, sir.
Like the ones that
you have prepared?
Yes.
Why did you not provide those ones?
No, the ones that I prepared, you don't, that's the 2019 account.
Yes.
So when we present those ones to the auditor,
yes,
the auditor brought back those documents and said that we need to adjust those ones. Yes. And after that, we prepared those ones and submitted to them. Oh. It's with them already.
You did not?
We did it.
Where is the evidence, sir?
For 2019's accounts audited with the National Audit Office, which we've done.
No. I mean, you had access to this report. It was given to you. There was a management response to that. So your answer will not be correct, because the management response, which you are part of, are you not part of the management?
I never participated in the management report for 2019. I did not.
Are you not part of the management, sir?
I'm part of the management.
So if we have management response, it will be taken that you are part of management, and you have confirmed that you have had access to this audit report.
No, it was the CEO who did the.
Have you not confirmed you have had access to this audit report? Have you not confirmed that?
Yes.
Did you write any queries with respect to the findings?
No, I did not.
So that's it. I may take that excuse from somebody else who is not educated or who is as smart as you are, sir. I will not take that from you. I don't think the commissioners will take that from you. You are an extremely smart guy. You have proven that. So for you to see an advancement against you and not respond to that, even if the management did not allow you to respond, you could have queried that. So you did not provide any of this to the auditors. And that was the fact. Is that not the case? I asked the question whether that was not the case, sir.
Yeah, that's the case.
Now, the management response, I will read to you, since you are not privy to it, you said. It is a requirement for financial statements to be prepared and submitted for inspection. However, with the collaboration of UNDP and the Ministry of Finance, an accounting framework has been prepared called the IFMIS that can help to be reporting effectively and efficiently. Would that be a very accurate and effective response?
Yes, I think since that IFMIS was instituted, I think councils will no have difficulties in preparing financial statements, because the systems will generate the notes and whatever is being required on the financial statement. You know, most of the problem with councils was, most of the councils were, especially in the rural councils I worked, most of them are on manuals. And you see, it's very, very, very difficult because me personally, even when I was appointed, I said I cannot do manual accounting. That I have ever, because with accounting softwares, you just enter. It is very user friendly. It generates all the reports by itself, and you go away. But with manual accounting, the figures will not be accurate.
Mr. Sala, did you recall that you told this commission that with the IFMIS system, there was no opportunity to do financial reconciliation earlier on?
Yes.
You recall saying that?
Yes.
So it is not correct when you said the IFMIS system is not helpful in doing reconciliation. Or did I get it wrong?
Yes, the reconciliation component is not in the IFMIS listing.
It's not in the IFMIS system?
No, it's not in the IFMIS.
But does the IFMIS system do pre-auditing?
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
Yes, was there a finance committee?
Yes, there was. There is a finance committee.
Yes, and then there was at the time.
Huh?
And there was at the time.
Yes, there was.
Since you are no longer there.
Yes, there was at the time.
Yes, was it active?
Yes, it was active.
Were you sitting frequently?
Oh, yes, we sit on, like when we are doing projects, or when we had these government subventions. That's the time that the finance committee will sit, and we decide on what projects to run on.
What will be the composition of the finance committee at the time?
They have there is a correspondent that was sent to us that finance committee chairperson 2,500 and other members 2,000. And that was a correspondent of that listing.
Now, the report says on page 6 that we reviewed the minutes of the subcommittees and noted that there were no minutes on the file for establishment and development as well. And when it comes to finance, there was only one evidence of minutes in relation to meetings. Who was taking the minutes of the meetings?
Mr. Boakinte. In any, because he was the clerk of the council, and he was member of all the committees. When we are sitting, he writes the minutes. And I'm surprised to hear that only 2 meetings were attached, because most of the time when we do the meetings, we expect him to file those minutes. And
do you not sign off these minutes?
Pardon me?
Do you not sign the attendance sheet?
I sign the attendance in any meeting I attend. I will sign, because it's from the attendance list, then the payment vouchers.
Let me just correct this, Mr. Sala. It is not 2 minutes. According to the report, it is 1 minute that was contained in the committee during the 2020 and none for 2019, as contained in the report.
Yes.
As a chairperson, we're grateful. Yes, that is the accurate position. Now, page 9, internal audit functions. You had told us about the internal audit at the time?
Yes.
And you informed us regarding the fact that he was absent for close to a year. Is that not the case?
Yeah, very close to 1 year. Because first 6 months, then later extended, then I couldn't.
So, during that period, was he not coming to the office to conduct duties, even partly, part-time?
Yes, sometimes he does.
Sometimes he does?
Yes.
Was there no arrangement regarding when he will have to come to the office?
No, there was no arrangements.
Now, the findings were that the internal audit department at the council, of course, is not well staffed, we know, but then he used to come twice to conduct his functions.
Yeah, that could be true.
That could be true?
That's true, yes. That's
true.
Yes.
So, twice a week, you work Monday through Fridays.
Yes.
So, he will only be absent for the 3 days?
Yes, very well.
And still you don't really pass all the payments or the necessary payments through his office?
Actually, my personal engagements with
The reason why I asked is when you had informed us that he was away, it suggests that he was away for a year. Because if you say he was away for 6 months and then extended another 6 months, it means he was away for a year or more, which means there was no way it would have been possible to have the entire auditor present on the ground. Yes, Allah.
Yes.
That would not be a fair representation of what was really on the ground.
Yeah, what I engage most the internal auditor would be the revenues.
No, but why did you not tell us that he used to be present?
Pardon me?
Why did you not tell us that he used to be present? You gave us the impression, you gave the commissioners the impression that he had been away for close to a year.
No, what I said is he went on a study leave.
Study leave for 6 months?
Yes.
Did you tell us that he used to report twice in the week?
No, I didn't say that.
So if you stop at that, any reasonable person would believe that he was away for 6 months and extended another 6 months. And therefore, of course, there is no possible way that he will be present and perform his functions. And hence, the reason as to why you wouldn't pass the payments or the payment vouchers through the internal auditor may be justified. Do you see the logic?
Yes.
Please speak loud.
Yes.
Now, no balance sheet on page 10 states that that the financial and accounting manual, of course, has clearly outlined that you must maintain the revenue and expenditure statement and a balance sheet. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I said it earlier.
No. Are you familiar with the requirement of the law, the financial manual, as to you maintaining a revenue and expenditure statement and a balance sheet?
Yes, I'm familiar.
Now the findings are, and we will come to that during the audit, the council submitted a draft income and expenditure statement, but no balance sheet was presented to us for the period under review. Can you now discuss this?
Yes, I said it in my earliest testimony that the balance sheet it has to require the capital expenditures where you will calculate the fixed assets and the others. And at that time, there was not even a fixed asset register with the area councils, with the Mansakonko area council, and that was why it was a bit tedious for us to develop or to prepare the financial statement, because to have a credible financial statement, you have to include the fixed assets, you have the liabilities, the debtors, all those things to have a credible, and all those informations were not there. So that was why after that we went to prepare when we prepared the finance, the asset registers, and that was the time that we were able to prepare the accounts.
The fixed assets is one. Let's assume council doesn't have any fixed asset, but how about the liabilities, the debtors?
That is what I'm saying.
So how would the auditors have a fair understanding as to the financial statement of the area council at the time?
Yeah, that was why, at that time, the informations were not lacking. But later on, we got the creditors and the debtors, and that was the time.
You had been there since August.
No.
Is that not the case? You had been there since August.
It was
close to 6 months. You couldn't even prepare a balance sheet, sir. And the risk has been termed as a very high risk by the auditors. If we don't know the liabilities of council, how will that explain the financial transactions of council? Tell us more, sir.
Anyway, that was when I came newly, and it wasn't easy, to be honest. And even though there were no, I wanted to make changes, but it wasn't easy. But later on, things cannot just happen automatically.
They have to happen automatically, sir.
No, it cannot.
You are employed for things to happen automatically. That's why you are a professional. That's why I am not the one who was employed in your job.
Yes, but
it must be happened when you had your degree It happened automatically because you had to do something and it will happen.
There are a lot of challenges that you face through, and I must tell you that, changing the mindset of certain people is not easy.
Yes, sir, this has nothing to do with the mindset.
It has.
This has to do with your professionalism, nothing to do with the mindset. You preparing a balance sheet has nothing to do with the mindset. It's about
I cannot prepare a financial statement alone because it has to be a team work. And the teamwork, I have to be guided.
So are you saying your team was not effective?
No. But I said it here that even the finance manager cannot operate a computer, so it wasn't easy.
Some of us have degrees and we're educated and we can operate computers as well.
That would be surprising anyway.
Yes, Mr. Sala, as a financial person, given the challenge, with all fairness to you, having been posted to the council and having realized that there are no documentations, particularly what you said with respect to fixed assets, to give a complete picture of what the council's financial transactions are. Was it not possible at that time, if you did not have the cooperation of the people on the ground, to do a disclaimer to the auditors that you have tried your best, but these informations are not forthcoming when it comes to providing what they need to do the audit as required? Was it not prudent on your side to do a disclaimer and to make sure that it's part of the management response to show that you have done your bit with respect to requesting for the information that is required? And where you cannot find the information, you state that you couldn't find the information, and this is the position.
That would have been the excellent idea for me, because
The what?
that would have what I was supposed to do, but I never did that. But when I took over at Bassa Area Council, a similar queries was done. We went around to register all the assets, and I invited the evaluator to give us an estimated of those.
Now let's talk about.
But then, as director of finance at the council, I'm subjected. I have a boss whom I expect to tell me, you understand. But now, and also at that time, I was definitely just coming to a new system, because the accountants that I have done, even at this place, at the Red Cross as a project accountant, and also in Oxfam, were totally different. It was totally different.
Yes,
accounting
but Mr. Sala,
yes.
if we maybe we can agree on a point that the general accounting principles cut across the spectrum, the general basic accounting principles, because the trial balance and the income and expenditure accounts, these I believe are basic principles that you apply in any accounting system, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Very well.
So we understand that there are degrees of difference in implementation and in management for different institutions. But these are basics that you as a professional would realize and know where the problem lies, and you will be able to make a projection or an inference as to the compliance or non-compliance with procedures, particularly on the financial manual of the council, because that is supposed to be your guide, right? And in this instant, yeah, I don't think you availed your time, yourself the opportunity to be guided by the financial manual and the acts related to the council when it comes to financial activities.
That is true.
Is correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. You can proceed.
Any other question before I proceed?
Yeah. Mr. Salah, I think in a financial statement is the same for any organization, the composition of what constitutes a financial statement. Is it true or false?
No, the way I prepare financial statements for donor accounts, you cannot use the same format for area council. It's totally different.
No, but the headings of the documents that you will be producing will be the same.
Yes, it would be the same.
So no difference, like your revenue, your ledgers, your trial balances, all of these things will be the same.
Yes, you know, us at
Maybe it's the input into those headings that would give you the composite answers.
Yes.
But it's the same.
Yes.
What constitutes a trial balance is this. What constitutes cash is this. What, going down the line. So if you want to tell me that your staff were not in a position to give you some of these things, it is your duty as head to inculcate into them what they are supposed to do. Maybe they were just testing you and they found their test to be successful. They know if they don't prepare it, you would not prepare it. And the burden will lie on you as the head for not preparing the financial statements. If they lack the capacity to do what you had asked them, you should have trained them or guide them to give you what you want, because you should show them that you are capable and able. But if they say they cannot produce it from July up to December, they could not do anything, then what were you doing to get them to do it? That is my inference in this long statement that I have made.
Yes, to be honest, we could not, and I think from that point, that was the time that we said we had to send some of them to build their capacities, and that's what we've done by sending Fat Sabali and Amin Yabali to do those courses. And I think successfully when they came in, they had add value to the councils.
But still, the trial balances or the financial report for those years that you came in could not have been prepared. That could have been a testing ground for them. By them getting into it and having a hands-on. Because all the documents supposedly are within the finance department. It's for them to correlate those figures and produce the statements that you want. But that wasn't done.
That's true.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Sala, on page 11 of the 2019 audit report, the findings were as follows. That during our review, we agreed that the cash book entries and the balances on the ledgers for selected revenue accounts and noted the following variances. You will see there is an annex with respect to the audit report. It shows the variances in relation to, in comparison between the cash book and the ledger. Were you familiar with these variances? So you came in August, is that the case?
Yes.
So August 19, for trade license, the revenue code 91-01, the amount in the cash book is $389,043, and the ledger is $275,763. So the difference would be $113,280. That will be for, in August 19 it will be $61,700 for the cash book and $36,700 for the ledger. $25,000 is difference.
Yes.
September 19th, trade license, $27,000 is in the cash book, $7,000 is in the ledger, $20,000 is difference. December 2019, $7,360 in the cash book, $2,360 in the ledger, $5,000 is difference. So these were periods that you were present. Is that not the case, sir?
Yes.
What can you tell us about that, sir?
You know, even the cash book, I have to tell even the director of governance at that time.
Even the?
I said the ledgers that they are the cash book that we are maintaining.
Yes.
The manual cash book.
Yes.
I told the very few weeks I reported to the Mansakonko Area Council.
Yes.
I told them that I cannot do manual accounting, and that was the reason. That because when I first looked at it, I looked at the cash book. I could not understand.
Yes.
Because even those the collectors who are inputting in the cash book,
yes,
then don't even understand.
Yes.
You understand? So I started ringing the bell at the beginning of I said I don't understand the cash book, and that was the time I had a separate. In 2020, I was running a separate cash book.
Yes.
Different from the main cash book that the council was using.
Yes.
It's unfortunate for me to say it in this commission, because I said it in the investigator that everything it was. I tried to recover those documents,
yes,
in my laptop, because all transactions I do in relation to councils was in that any amount payment, because I signed those checks. Any checks that has passed through my this thing are entered into those transactions, into those this thing. But it's rather unfortunate. I'd never want to say it in this commission, but I lost all those documents. I tried to get even to an expert to see if we can recover, because my computer was cracked and I cannot
now, just for the simplest of explanations, what is a ledger? Just briefly, just for the people who are listening, so they will understand what we are saying, that there's a difference between the ledgers and the cash book recordings. What is a ledger to you? If you have to explain that to a lay person.
Ledgers are transactions that is entered in the books of accounts.
And then the cash book?
In the cash book, yes.
And cash book?
Cash book is in the books of accounts. That is what I said, in the books of accounts.
So what you would record in the cash book would probably be different from what you have in the actual account.
Can I have your statement repeated?
Can you have my
statement? I said, I repeat, I didn't hear you right.
How will you explain what a ledger is?
Yes.
I'm asking you a question.
That's what I'm saying. I said ledgers are transactions that are done in the cash receive and cash spend.
So it seems you can't be a teacher, can you?
I've never teach.
So if you have to explain to a 18-year-old or to my grandma regarding what a ledger is that how you're going to explain it, sir? That would not be very much clear. So what we are saying in essence is that you will have the cash book, the amount of money that will be in the cash book will be different from the actual amount of money in your bank account.
Exactly.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
It's just as simple as that. So now, because these two must match, of course there are times that they may not match, but there will be explanations to that effect. Is that not the case?
Very well.
But your period, during your time, it's clear that what will be in the cash book will be substantially different, or let's just say different, with what will really be in the ledger amount. Why would that be the case?
To be honest, I cannot explain that, because those are things I did not I did not go over those audited these things. I did not go over those ones, to be honest.
Okay, we'll come back to that. In 2020, some of these things were.
Yes.
Mr. Sala, don't you think the cash book should reflect what is in the cash book, should reflect what should go into the ledger?
In the ledgers?
Yes.
Yes.
And they should, best part of the time, tally.
Yes, they should tally.
And where there is a difference, it's your duty to find out where the difference is.
Yeah, yeah. The difference could only be...
I'm just asking a question. If there is a difference, it is incumbent on you as the guy handling the ledger or the cash book to find out where the difference is between the two. And then a note is inserted underneath which one is in variance with each other. Okay? Now, if that is not being done, what would you say, as you were about to say, could be the cause for such a difference? Because this is cash, physical cash.
Yes.
This is what you have received and you have entered.
Yes.
You do the entry on both sides.
Yes.
Now, if one is less than the other one, let's take, for example, the trade license. You had the amount in the cash book is 201,785. In the ledger amount, it is 235,285 dollars. So there is a difference of 33,500. So the ledger amount is greater than the cash book. How can you explain that from a professional point of view?
I think those could have been some transactions, expenditures made and are not reflecting in the cash book. Maybe that could have been.
Thank you.
Yes, for the question to that. If a transaction is made and in the cash book an amount is entered and there is a further amount entered in the ledger, why would that transaction not be reflected in the cash book to avoid these differentials at the end of the day?
You know, the way I found this cash book, the way that...
no, I want us to understand so that the accounting systems, our role here is to find out what went wrong and what we can prefer as advice to make it work better. So that is why we are asking you these financial questions, so that you help us understand, and also along the way the public to understand that these transactions is either the people transacting these transactions were not au fait with what they were supposed to do, or they were au fait, or they were doing something that they wanted to do contrary to what the rules that guide them say. So my question is, you have received cash and you have entered this cash into your cash book and further have gone further to do so in the ledger, and you did a transaction. Why would the finance person not reflect the transaction in the cash book? Because if you don't reflect the transaction, automatically you will lose track, and when you come to reconciliation you have a problem. Is that not so? So would I be correct to say that, you know, your supervision was a little bit lax when it comes to the people doing these entries into the cash books?
Yes, that is very true, ma'am.
Thank you. You may proceed.
On page 17 of the 2019 audit report, there were payments made or raised without payment vouchers. Were you familiar with this, sir?
Yes, I got to know about it. That one, I saw that one.
That one you saw?
Yes.
Why will you make payments without payment vouchers?
You know, sometimes when payments are done, at that time also, maybe those are the times that when payment vouchers will be, a requisition will be raised. Because there is no payment that can be done without a requisition. When a requisition is done, approved by the CEO, then we prepare the payment, then we prepare and I endorsed to say the accounts clerk to prepare the payment vouchers and attach relevant receipts. At some instances, where a payment can be done when a payment is being requested, and we give the approval for the accounting officers to prepare payment vouchers, then already a check is raised and sufficient documents attached. It's the responsibility of the accounts clerks to prepare the payment vouchers and send to us to sign. And most of the time, that is what was happening with the council. And they will authorize a payment. We will authorize, myself and the CEO, because we are the signatories to the accounts. So when a payment is done and we've prepared all attachments, all documents attached, it was the duty of the accounting officers to prepare payment vouchers and send to us to sign. But in most until after when the auditors captured, because to my knowledge, I said maybe they have prepared the. It's simple.
No,
but
Mr. Silla. Mr. Silla, no, that's not accurate. You are really putting the cart before the horse, they will say generally, but then that would be a very, very unfair explanation as to how authorization is being issued. You don't authorize prior to payment vouchers being prepared. You don't do that. That's how it is being done. Of course, you will give directions that payment vouchers be prepared. It is only when they are prepared and sent to you that you authorize payment. So payment is authorized at the tail end, not at the beginning.
No.
There's no way you can authorize payment before payment vouchers have been prepared.
Normally.
Your explanation is a misinformation, sir.
No, maybe you didn't get me right. Maybe you don't understand my
So
statement.
please explain again, sir.
Sorry. Can we be guided? Can you refer us to the financial manual as to what the correct procedure is?
I don't have the financial manual, and I don't.
Deputy Registrar, can you hand him over this financial manual?
Yes, it is stated here, the finance director then passes, I just want to, payment of wages should be done by paying cashier in the presence of the witness who together will paying officers. The director of finance then passes wages payment vouchers to the CEO for final approval.
Please, for the purpose of the record, can you refer to the page and
Page
section?
32.
No, Mr. Sala, I'm not referring to the issue of the wages and where cash is involved. I'm asking you to refer the commission to the process of raising the vouchers. What is the detailed procedure of how, because council was trying to say you are putting the cart before the horse. And I believe in the financial manual, it is clearly stated what ought to be done until finally you give approval and the check is written and issued to whosoever is entitled to be paid. state about the responsibility of the finance, the clerk, the assistant clerk, innocent. What is their rules?
Let me ask them.
When a requisition is made and is sent to the CEO,
Yes.
who indicates, who minutes
Yes, to finance.
to the finance to
For
say
approval.
that
Prepare payment.
yes, prepare the necessary documentation.
Yes.
Where does it go to? Does it not go to the finance department?
Yes, it goes to the finance department.
Does it pass through you
Yes,
for you to minute
Yes, to
to the required officer?
Yes.
And in this case, who is the required officer? Is it not the clerk
Yes.
or the finance officer?
The finance officer will prepare the payment vouchers.
Yes.
Yes, and raise
And
the
then
check.
yes, and then
Raise the payments.
What does he do in the preparation of the voucher? The finance clerk or the finance officer?
There are
After receiving the instructions from you.
He should prepare the payment vouchers.
Yes.
Yes. And
What does the voucher entail?
the vouchers will entail the payment in respect of what we have.
What?
In respect of the payments that are the approved payments. Like for instance, if the CEO authorized to say that, please pay with attached relevant receipts. It will come, then I'll minute to finance to say that prepare payment vouchers and the check.
Is it receipts that the clerk is going to use as the supporting documents in the voucher?
Yeah, receipt, they use receipt, but also they prepare
No,
finance.
I am asking you,
Yes.
based on financial principles,
Yes.
is it the receipt that they use in the preparation of the voucher, or is it any other thing? What is it that they will use in the
No,
preparation?
it's the request that they use to that we will use to prepare the payments.
The voucher?
Yes, the voucher. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, can I have the documents? You can proceed. So he has clarified that they will use the request,
Yes,
not the receipt.
absolutely.
Because that I wanted to be very clear. This
Yes.
is not the receipt, because the receipt is after payment.
Yes.
And the voucher is supposed to indicate the request, and it is processed before payment is made.
So, the payments made or raised without payment vouchers. In 2019, in September, you were there in September, sir?
Yes.
You made series of payments in September 2019 to Jar Oil, 1,554. September, Summer Filling Station, $1,447. Jar Oil again, $528, 10 bottles. August,
Council, can we guide it as to the page?
the oil report, the annex on page 36.
Thank you.
You have Summer Filling Station, 2,882. That's in August as well. The same, and you go all the way to 8th of August. Summer Filling Station, $800. Same month, $800. You made payments to Bakari K. Sane, $800 as well. Summer Filling Station, again, $800. Trust Bank, $63,532, 69 products. Ibrahim Sediba, in August, cost of stationaries, $10,000. And in the same month, 23rd of August 2019, the payment be the cost of leather chairs, bed, and 3-door wardrobe at the amount of $30,000. And the payee name is not available. What was that? Why did you purchase the bed and the 3-door wardrobe? Who was it for?
Bed under?
3-door wardrobe. In August, 23rd of August, 2019. There were no vouchers for this payment, but yet still you get authorized payment.
Except if I'm given time to for but three-door wardrobe, I cannot remember making any payments to.
But you have had access to the other report. You have seen these things. This is not the first time you have access to this information.
Not all. I didn't go through all those information.
You never said you didn't go through all, sir. You didn't say that. You said you confirmed you have access to the audit report. In fact, it would not be very much prudent on your side, educated as you are, all of us, to have the audit report and not go through them, when you have seen some advanced mentioned things in the audit report already. So you had been authorizing payment without payment values being raised. Is that correct?
Yes.
The finances were correct?
Yes.
And why will you do that, sir?
Well, that was an error.
Please use the microphone.
I said that was an error.
That cannot be an error. We cannot accept that there's an error. An error would be probably something you know, you do not know at the time that you're supposed to do. This will be a deliberate act. Not an error from your side, sir. Will I be correct to say that? Because then if that was the case in Mazakogo Area Council and this was the practice in the area council, then it only makes sense that you would not have a financial statement being prepared. Because then you can't explain all of this.
That's true.
Now, on page 18, there were unposted collections. To be fair, this will be on the 31st, not in your time, because you came in in August.
Yeah.
But page 19, no bank reconciliation performed. Why is it important to have a bank reconciliation?
Bank reconciliation is checking your cash book balance against your revenue.
We do not hear the last two words.
Banks is checking your bank statement against your cash balance.
Why is it important?
It's important because there are some transactions that may be in the bank and not reflecting in the cash.
And so why must you... Go ahead, sir. Proceed.
Like COT, cash on transactions, there are some transactions that you cannot capture in the cash book.
Yes.
And those are some bank charges. Yes. And
how often are you supposed to prepare bank reconciliations?
Monthly bank reconciliation.
Have you prepared any?
No.
Why have you not prepared any bank reconciliation since you were appointed? Kasala, you went to Basse and you found a similar situation in Basse. Is that not the case?
Yes.
And your report, you really wrote a very comprehensive report. You call it the situational report of Basse Area Council. I remember commending you for this report. Is that not the case, sir?
Yes.
Yes, so because this is a normal thing to do. But you were coming from an area council and you were not adopting the same procedure.
Because then at Basse Area Council, I'm in charge. I am...
No, you are in charge. You are the finance director. These are your responsibilities, sir. They are clear.
Finance directors, we are limited to our certain things. Because if you work in councils, the CEO will tell you, I'm the vote controller. And because he is the vote controller, he's responsible. That is why even this audit queries, most of them, they took responsible of it.
The CEO is the chief financial officer of the area council.
Exactly. And that is why they said,
Don't say exactly so quick. The chief executive officer is the chief financial officer of the area council. Is that not the case?
Yes.
But that does not mean he is the finance director.
Exactly.
It is for the purpose of check and balance. That someone's work will be checked by another authority as well. The same with payment. If the chief executive officer signs and you do not sign, will there be payment? Should there be payment?
No.
Exactly. There are laws and rules regarding this.
Yes, I believe it's time, and we will call it a day. We will reconvene tomorrow morning. We will rise for the day. We are supposed to be covered by GRTS, and they are supposed to leave at 1 o'clock each day, and we would be rising at 1 each day, pending their resumption to cover the proceedings.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Yes, Uncle. Fine, fine. Indeed. Fine, trying.
Hello, test it. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, tomorrow. All right.